Ciao and welcome back to Pastamore, pasta with love. Buon Natale, everybody, which means Merry Christmas in Italian. Today on Pastamore, though, we're going to be featuring the night before Christmas, Christmas Eve. Okay? Now, what is indicative of Christmas Eve in many Italian households across the world? That means it is the night of the Feast of the Seven Fishes. Typically, this came about because the night before Christmas Eve was a night of fast. No meat eaten before Christmas Day. So what else was readily available? A multitude of seafoods. So the seafoods that we use or is used on Christmas Eve can run the gamut anywhere from calamari or squid, shrimp, clams, mussels, bacala or dried salted cod, smelts, lobster, eel in many cases. So in any household you could have one of those, you could have 7 of them or 8 of them, or a combination of. So I'm not saying that every single household that you go in is going to have all 7 fishes, but it originated from the original Feast of the Seven Fishes. So today I'm going to do 2 of those recipes. All right, I'm going to feature first of all little neck clams. All right, and what a better way to showcase in Pastamore is the pasta con vongole, pasta with a fresh clam sauce. Very simply done. So, not going to get into the pasta making thing. However, I have already made some fresh tagliatini pasta, which we're going to pair it with our vongole, our fresh little neck clams. Okay, so how does this come together? Very easily. Okay, very simple sauce. Alright, so what we want to do is we want to heat up our pan. Okay, and into that pan we're going to pour some olive oil. Okay, and going to heat this up. And then first of all, we're going to add our aromatics. Right? We're going to start with, I have crushed garlic, I have chopped shallots. Okay? All these ingredients right here, very simple sauce. Garlic, shallots, peperoncino, crushed red pepper, okay? Salt and pepper, some chopped Italian parsley. We're going to finish it with whole butter. In between, we're going to add a little clam juice. We're going to add a little dry white wine, make our nice sauce. Okay? So, our oil is heating, right? We're going to add probably about 2 cloves of garlic, 1 whole shallot. Okay, I got about 2 in here. And also to that, a pinch of peperoncino. And just going to get that. We're going to sweat that. We're going to try not to brown too much. Okay, we just want to get that until those aromas are evident. I have here about 2 dozen of scrubbed clams. Okay? Clams are all looking good. There are none open clams. Sometimes with a clam, if it is opened a little bit, if you tap it and if it doesn't close immediately, then discard it. But sometimes it just breathes, so it opens and closes. So if you tap it, and it should shut tight again, okay? So we've got some nice looking clams here. Starting to get that waft of garlic and shallots. I'm going to put in my clam. Okay. Give that a shake. Meanwhile, I'm going to have my pasta water ready because once these babies pop, pretty much the dish is done. Okay? So, to this, I'm going to add a little bit of clam juice and dry white wine. Alright? Give that a shake. A little salt and pepper. And we're going to put the lid on. Okay? This is going to simmer until these clams pop. All these flavors will come together. The clams are going to release their own natural juices, combining with the juices that are already in the pan. All right. Then we're going to, once they popped, we're going to remove the clams, cook the pasta, toss the pasta in the sauce, add a little bit of whole butter at the end, some nice fresh chopped Italian parsley, okay? Plate it, and then top it with our clams that have popped open. Really simple, really, really flavorful dish. All right, so let's talk about when we go to serve this. I know there's a lot of you out there, a few of my friends that I know that this is a big no-no for me, not only for me, but for all of Italy. When you serve this dish or any of these dishes on Christmas Eve, shouldn't be any Parmesan grated cheese available anywhere. Right? And here's the reason why. I'm not saying that in Italy you never mix cheese and fish. The rule of thumb is you don't mix grated cheese with a shellfish sauce. Okay? The reason is the brininess of the shellfish combined with the sharpness of the cheese creates this really weird pungent flavor that the Italians find very distasteful. Okay? Now, I know you go to any Italian-American restaurant, they're going to come around with cheese for any pasta dish you have. God bless. If you want to do that, you go ahead. But don't be surprised if the Parmesan cheese police come and arrest you and they put you in jail for eating pasta with clams with Parmesan cheese in it. Don't say you haven't been warned. All right, so we're going to check. Look at, they're already popping. See that? These guys are popped. Right? And you want to use little necks. You want to use the smallest type of clam. Sometimes we use cockles because they're called pasta clams. You don't want the big cherry stones. God, they're going to be tough as nails. They're going to be like chewing on a rubber band. Okay? So, what I see here, after giving this a shake, now if there are any that don't open, we just won't use those. So, now that they've popped, I'm going to start removing. Okay? Oh. The fresher the clam, the better this dish is. Just saying. Looks like we are almost 100%. This guy's popped. Okay. What's happening here? Nothing happening here. Okay. These guys will go away. Set this down for the moment. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and I'm going to cook some tagliatini. My water is rapidly boiling here. Okay. Give that a stir. Don't forget a little salt in that water. Okay, we want to flavor that pasta. Gorgeous. Okay, and I'm going to do a little taste here. Oh, so bright. Oh my God. Sweet clams, tender sweet clams. I'm going to fold in this whole butter. Okay, turn down my heat. Good handful of chopped Italian parsley in here. That butter is just going to enrich in this flavor, give it a little bit of thickness, okay, a little bit of viscosity to this sauce. And how quick was that? So this is something you want to do last minute, folks, okay? Have my plate ready. Okay, our pasta. Okay, it's almost done. Oh, where's that spoon? I gotta go in again. That butter just mellowed that out nicely. this point, you don't want to add any more salt. Plus, another thing, that if you were to add cheese to this, that sharpness of the cheese would just combat against that brininess of the shellfish. Okay, pasta's done. I'm gonna go right here. Right into the sauce. Okay, gorgeous. Now, always, right? We always toss our pasta in the sauce. What you would need with this is a little bit of crusty Italian bread, just to soak up that extra beautiful juice right there. Okay, so, a così. Pick up our pasta. A così. Come back with our clams. We're gonna just line these guys up all around. Now, this is a basic bianco, right? Vongole bianco. If you wanted to do a little red, you could have added some chopped tomatoes in here, okay? And made it rosso. Okay, that little baby, last one there. All right, now we're gonna take the rest of our beautiful sauce here. Gonna take some of our, a little bit more of our parsley right over. And buono, look at that. How quick? Probably what, 5-7 minutes? But we aren't complete yet. We have to go in here. Sorry, folks. I have to get a clam. I have to get a little pasta. And no spoon assist, please. Oh my God. Got brininess of the clams and sweet butter in there. Somebody's gonna have to come and take me away, I think. How impressive would that be on Christmas Eve to put this down in front of your guests? Huh? Simple, light, bellissima. Okay. One down, one to go. Okay. Now we're going to switch gears. Okay. So, I did say that we were going to switch from fresh clams, okay, and we were going to go to calamari, okay. Most people know calamari as fried calamari. Well, there are other applications, okay. So, this one, I've got beautiful rings of tender calamari, along with, somewhere in here, I will find our tentacles, which to me is like the best part of the calamari, okay. We're going to use much of the same ingredients. We're using olive oil, garlic, shallots, crushed red pepper, parsley. In addition, we got some pinola, pine nuts, golden raisins, marsala wine. Get it all over here. Pomodoro, okay? And then we are going to serve this in a pasta nest. I'm going to show you the finished product, but then show you how to make it. Okay? So this is taking our fresh pasta that we made, right? And we fry it until we get a nest. And then we serve our calamari affogati in the nest. How cool is that? All right. So, we start out, okay, much the same way. We start out again, the ever-present olive oil. I can use the same pan here because it's all shellfish, it's all seafood. So if somebody's got a seafood allergy on Christmas Eve, they're probably better off going to McDonald's or something. I don't know. I don't know what you do. Okay? I know in our households we have some kids that won't want anything to do with fish. Okay, so there's always some white macaroni with butter. That's what we do. Okay, that's your Christmas Eve pasta. All right. So let's talk about the calamari. What you want is nice, tender squid cut into thin rings. Okay? The thing about squid, you either cook it very long or very short. Anything in between will toughen up this squid and make it be like rubber bands. That's what we don't want. All right, so we hear our oils popping. Okay, so we're going to add our garlic. We're going to put in our shallot. Okay. Again, a little peperoncino. Saute this up. Again, we don't want to toast it, we don't want to brown it, we want to sweat it, release the aromatics. Okay, now we're going to put in our calamari. Let's get all that incorporated with the garlic and shallots. Beautiful. Alright, so this, I'm going to let that cook for a little bit. Okay? A little bit of basilico in here. A little basil. Okay, a little salt and pepper. And this you want when it turns opaque. Okay, opaque means that it turns white. Light can't pass through it. Translucent is when light can pass through it. Right? We want to cook this, as we do with most seafood, opaque. All right? Meanwhile, what's going on over here, in this pan, I have a pan of oil, okay, and I have two little strainers. I'm going to show you how to create that basket, okay? So, it's ideal to get two about the same size little strainers. And then we're going to take, now, this is fresh pasta. Okay, so we are going to line our little basket here, our strainer, with some fresh pasta. And we're going to kind of manipulate it around so that it looks like a basket or a nest. Okay, so you can put it in and then stretch it out. Now, if you can do this with dried spaghetti, but if you do, you got to cook the spaghetti first. In the case of fresh pasta, we don't have to cook it first. Okay? So, we want to make sure we got a nice little nest going on with a little well in the middle. Okay? And then we take our other one and we place it right on top. This is going to form, once it goes in the fryer, a nest around the bottom of the second strainer. Okay? So we got to check our temperature of our oil here. Let's see what's happening. Perfect. Okay. Nice and hot. Okay. So you're going to take your basket with your pasta in it, hold it together, and you're going to put it right in your fryer. And it's going to, now I can remove this because I've already shaped my nest. Okay? Okay, so what I've got here is a really nice looking pasta nest. Okay, we can trim off our excess. Okay? And we will put that right down. Meanwhile, let's go back Okay, so we got a nice translucent look here. Okay, golden raisins going in. I like this dish because of the contrast in flavors. You got the sweet, you got the briny, you got the garlic, you're gonna have some acid from your tomatoes, you have a little crunch with your pine nuts, your pinolas. Yeah, why not? Okay, we'll mix that around a little bit. Gonna add some Marsala wine, which is also sweet. Okay, it's not only for veal Marsala. Okay, we cook with it as well. I put a little bit of that in my minestrone when I make minestrone. I like the sweetness of the Marsala. Okay, that's in. We're gonna go in now with our prepared marinara sauce. Okay, and we're gonna let this simmer in our sauce. So it's a little bit different than doing fried calamari on Christmas Eve, or something different to do with your calamari. The thing which makes Christmas Eve so special is, obviously, besides family and friends coming around, but the smells. You walk into a household, Italian household, Christmas Eve, and you know something special is going on. You smell the fried smells being fried. You smell the bacala. You smell the sauces, the garlic, the pungentness of the seafood being cooked. And you know, it's a celebration of food, celebration of friends, of family, of Christmas, and the camaraderie, and everybody's in the kitchen. Everybody is in the kitchen. Probably 10% of them are having anything to do with food. The other 90% are standing around dipping their fingers in, tasting this, stealing this, have a little cocktail, a little vino. But all the action usually centers around right in the kitchen when you're trying to get everything done. Okay? Alright, so just look at that now. This is kind of like a calamari fra diavolo, okay, without the addition of the pine nuts, the raisins, and the marsala. Okay? So you can add as much spice or as little spice as you like. So right now, I got all that, but my marsala has not cooked out yet. Okay? So I need for that to blend in there. I'll throw in a little bit of our fresh chopped parsley, a little more salt and pepper, because I just tasted it, and I could use a little salt and pepper in here. So all together, that's the thing about the seafood, guys. This is not like you're cooking, long cooking roast beefs or long involved recipes that take all, I mean, between these two recipes, they probably got about 20 minutes invested. Granted, most of the time is spent in getting all these preparation or your mise en place together. Okay? So, let's get ready. We're gonna plate this. Okay. I have to find some nice tentacles because that's like my favorite part. If you've never had a combination of what we call agrodolce, sweet and sour, or sweet and zesty. Got pine nuts in here and the golden raisins along with the acidic tomato sauce, just to combine to give this a very, very unique, amazing flavor. Alright, so we're just about there. If this cooks any more, my squid rings are going to get a little bit tough and chewy. Alright, so Again, a simple way to present this is to get some in your nest. Like we'll see, you want a little bit of that sauce up on top like that. Make sure you get some of those pine nuts and raisins in there. And then you got the added crunch of that pasta nest underneath. Okay, that's like a surprise at the end of the package. Okay, so again, a little finish with the chopped parsley. Now, how cool is that to present somebody with that as a plate on Christmas Eve? Okay, that's their Christmas present. Actually, that's my Christmas present. I'd be happy if I didn't have anything under the tree. As long as I had this in front of me, I'm good. So folks, from me to you, I'm wishing you a very healthy, happy, Merry Christmas, Buon Natale e Buon Capitano. From the folks here at Pastamore, ciao ciao, and I'll see you after the first of the year. Grazie tante.